Jansen, we've never met before, he's never read my book, so he has no idea what we're about to do. Am I right? This is not rehearsed. You must know this. Would you guys agree that Jansen looks like a strong guy?
Yeah.
10 people thought so, Jansen. That was really good. Come on, does Jansen look strong or what?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Are you right-handed or left-handed, Jansen? Left-handed? Okay. I want you to stand right up here. Do you have any injuries in your shoulder? Okay. I think you would know. Don't you think you would know? He says, not that I know of. I was doing this one time, the guy said, not yet. Aye, aye, Captain. Like you tell the crew, you better get an injury on that dude, right? Yeah. Now, Jansen, where are you from? Fantastic. We're glad you're here. Let's shine a sign. Aren't we glad he's here? Yeah. All right. So, Jansen, what I'm going to do is prove this, that you're the captain, here's the crew, it only does what you say. Okay? So, when you're positive, you're strong. When you're negative, you're weak. Okay? Why don't you hold out your arm right here, just like that. Now, I want you to get in a power stance, like just really in a power zone, strong, that sort of thing, because I'm going to apply a significant amount of pressure to attempt to get you down, and you're going to resist me. Are we clear? Okay. But you're going to tell the crew, and you're going to tell the crowd really loud, now let's just test it out. I want you to say, I'm right-handed. I want you to say, I can do it. Go ahead. You should have stretched out before Jansen. Was I pressing hard? I was pressing hard. You told the captain to be strong. I couldn't move. Right? Hold it out again. Right? You said I can't. Now, Jansen, I want you to say I can't do it. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, interesting. Isn't that fun? Let's do it again for the people in the back so they can see. I can't do it. Was that for real, Jansen? Now, Jansen, the first time I pressed with my right hand, I was hanging on your arm, could not budge it. The next time I put my right hand in my pocket, I'm right-handed, and I used my left hand, and I used 2 fingers and went, was that for real? Yeah. So, strong in the first one, the second, but he's the one who told his crew to sing. Right? Now think about this. There's positive words and there's negative words. There's powerful words and there's powerless words and these sorts of things. Now, when you say powerful words, let's say some of the most powerful words in the world, and they're I love you. Would you agree? Now, I want you to say I love you, and if you want to pick out someone out there specifically, that's up to you. You know what I mean? But I want you to say, I'm really going to press down, doodle. Here we go. Say, I love you. Goodness, whoever that was for, I felt the love. Opposite of love, Jansen. Hate, you're going to say I hate you, but please don't pick out anybody specific. Just look at the wall or something like that. Go ahead, I hate you. Yeah, interesting. Come on, again. I hate you. You're wondering what's happening, aren't you? Yeah? Was that for real? Why would you say hate ever again? Really? Why would you ever say hate? Like when you say hate, it's like sink the ship. Take you down. I don't know who taught us this false deal, but we say, oh, if I say hate, I'm projecting it to someone else. No, you're making your own self weak. Right? It's the hater who dies, not the person or thing they're projecting it onto. They're trying to kill it with hate. No. It's the hater who goes down. Why would you ever hate anything? Again. Now, here's an interesting thing. I think they're going to help us out with the answers here, Jansen. What is the best, everybody participate, what is the best-selling book of all time? Yeah, I mean, it's in the Guinness Book of World Records. Let's give it some credit, as it deserves. What's the first book in the Bible? It is. What is created in the beginning of Genesis?
The Word.
Heaven and the earth. Who creates it?
God.
How does he create it? Speaks it into existence by the Word. After he creates the heavens and the earth with the Word, who does he create? Man. In whose image?
Is.
They all know the answers. This is great. Y'all agree with this? This is what it says. In his own image. Did you see what just happened, Janice? God, the great creator, created the world with his words. Then he created us in his very image, in his likehood, and gave us the power to create our worlds by what we say. And you have. And you will. And you are. But along the way, some things got in the way, didn't they? The little adversary was on the earth, right? It's still here. Am I right? And then in Isaiah, it tells us that he's made good look evil and evil look good. And that's what's happened. He's just flipped things around. People think they're saying positive, but it's really negative. Let's just prove the point. Hold up that arm. I want you to say some words that perhaps we've flipped around. I want you to say, that's crazy. Yeah, interesting. I want you to say, that's insane. I want you to say, that's unbelievable. Was that for real? Where did you come along and think that when I say that's unbelievable, it really means believable? No, the crew says, aye, aye, captain, and sinks your ship. Anytime you align with that negative side, the dark side, he's going to sink your ship. But we say that's crazy. What does crazy mean? It means out of control is what it means. But people are saying, that's crazy. And what they're wanting to say is, that's phenomenal. That's amazing. That's powerful. That's aligned with the great creator. Do you understand this? Even now, guess what people are saying? That's sick. Let's just try that one, James. That's sick. Devil talk. Were you ready?
That's sick.
Devil talk. Interesting. Now, I want to give you a chance to redeem yourself. I want you to say totally believable. Because when people say, can you believe that? You're going to say totally believable. Was that for real, Jansen? Are you catching this? This is real. So you think, why would I make myself weak? But we have to be conscious of what we're saying all the time. Are you going to have a successful year? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Aye, aye, Captain. Aye, aye, Captain. Are things going good for you?
Yes.
Aye, aye, Captain. Are you going to make it to the next level that you want?
Yes.
Aye, aye, Captain. But do you see how some people take that to the opposite? Stay here, Jansen. We're having all sorts of fun with you. Next slide. Words of integrity. This is a whole other chapter in the book. Words of integrity. Do what you say and say what you do. Now, that phrase, very important that you internalize that. Non-committal words create non-committal people and non-committal cultures. Now, if I asked a company, do you want to have commitment at your company? Do you want to have integrity at your company? Answer is inevitably yes, of course. But yet I can go into a company and just give me 20 minutes or less, and I can just start talking to people, and I can tell if they have integrity or not by what they say. Because there's all sorts of non-committal language. Creates non-committal people and non-committal cultures. And these words have been out there, embedded into our culture, and we just say them. Step right up, Jansen. Hold out that arm. I'm going to have you say some words. Say, I'll try. Say, I hope to. Come on, Jansen. Say, I'll do my best. Say, I think I can. Say, maybe. Yeah, isn't that interesting? That he's weak. Was that for real? I'm not even having to work to do that. Sinking your ship. Can you imagine me asking my wife to marry her? Sweetheart. I didn't do that with my shoulders, but I just, anyway. Sweetheart, I'll spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me? She says, maybe, I think so. We'll see what we can do. I'd have never done that, Dale Jansen. Right? But that's oftentimes like, I'm going to try to be successful this year. I'm going to do my best to have a great marriage. I'm going to think about, maybe we'll see what we can do, be a good person this year. Do you see how that's so non-committal? And the dark side is so happy with that, and he's got people trapped. Versus, if you're going to do it, do it. If you're going to be it, be it. Give you a chance to redeem yourself. Say, I'll do it. Here we go. I say, I will. Yeah, it's totally strong. Was that for real? Amazing. I'm going to get Janice a book. How about that? Jansen, you are a champion. Is that true? I okay. There you go. Give him a big hand. Again, you see how real this is? Like this is why people can move mountains in their life, because they say they can. And this is why people get buried, because they say they can't. Simple stuff. Now, Henry Ford said it this way: whether you say you can, whether you say you can't, either way you're right. And let me insert a word. Either way, literally, you're right. It's physical, it's real, it's literal. Winners say they can, losers say they can't. Winners do it, losers try to do it. And you must start speaking, because the crew knows no different. Either way they say what? Oh, I thought that would be a little better than that was. The crew says what?
Aye, Captain.
Come on. Okay, what about Bruce Lee? Who's heard of Bruce Lee? Anybody? Bruce Lee said this: don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy and cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Change the way you speak about yourself, and you can change your life. What you're not changing, you're also choosing. Do you see that? I didn't make this stuff up. I didn't make this up. This has been around since Bruce Lee. Actually, how long has it been around? Since Genesis. That's how long it's been around. Since the world was. That's how long it's been around. It's been distorted, tainted, and all other sorts of things. But I'm here to tell you, this is why people resonate, because it's truth. Do you feel the truth of it all? It's true. So that's why, and then when you start having results, and some of you have read the book, you're already having results, and it's amazing, isn't it? And it's happening so quick because it's immediate. Whatever you're committing to prove. So the thing about it is, you might say, Thomas, what am I supposed to do with this? Where am I supposed to go with this? Right there. That's the epitome of everything I'm talking about tonight. Only say the things you actually want to happen, because they will, they have, and they are. You are the creator of your reality. Your words, as I started this, are the window to your reality. Let me see into your life, just start talking. Interesting. If you want to change that, change your language. So, do words affect our environment? Yeah. By the way, you want me to stop?
No!
Stop right now.
No.
We're going to have a few more, I can. You want me to stop? Or you want me to go?
You're good.
Okay. I came all this way. All right, y'all are good? Everybody okay? Yeah. All right. I knew you'd be okay. Our environment. Do words affect our environment? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So, now let me go back. We have a golden pattern. Let's see. Anybody can do that, just pop the lips like this. Everybody do that. Everybody do that from the air like this. Other hand. Keep going. I'd say stop. Come on. Other hand. 2 fingers in the air. Okay. Right there. The person that was raising their hand, come on up here. Just kidding. Right here. The guy right next to you has a black shirt and a tie. The woman that I'm looking at right there. Yes, raise your hand. Come on up here. Give her a hand. Are you going to do a pop pop? Have we met before? Just said hello. Okay. Have you read my book? You have? That's okay. You'll be all right. There's some stairs right around here, unless you're comfortable coming up. Okay. Give her a pop while she's coming. Y'all are so obedient. I love it. I'm not gonna. Now, what is your name? Grace. Say hello to Grace, everybody.
Hello.
Okay. Grace, do you have any idea what I'm about to do right now? Okay. So she's read the book, right? And that's fine. But she's never had this. And have you seen me speak live before? Okay. Grace, would you agree that these two are pieces of paper that have nothing on them right now? Okay? They're blank pieces of paper. What we're going to do, how many of y'all know Grace? Anybody? Look at all the friends. Who wants to know Grace? Look at all the friends you got, Grace. Grace, what we're going to do is we're going to shine your sign. We're going to speak love and kindness into our friend Grace. We're going to lift her up and speak value to her. Does that make sense? And I'm going to write the things that you're yelling out. I'm going to put them on this piece of paper. Everybody understand? I will start. Grace, you are beautiful. What else? Awesome, intelligent. Intelligent, amazing. Talented, kind. Graceful. Grace. You always have to be. What a beautiful name. Got it. What else? Honest. What was the other one? Brave. Okay. Loving. Talented. Kind. Grace, are all these things true? Okay. I think that's a teaching moment. Now, Grace, was there some hesitation? Be honest, was there some hesitation in your voice? Okay. Why is that? Because somewhere along the line, we were taught, it's like this good, evil, evil, good thing. We were taught that when people are speaking or shining your sign, it's almost humble. It's almost the right thing to do to reject it. Am I right? And that's what we do. And it is so false. It was so false. Look, when somebody is speaking kindness into you, what will happen is we'll literally reject it with our body language. They'll say, hey, great job on this, you're beautiful, this and that, and you go, No, sometimes people will lift their leg and kick it away. Sometimes they'll do both legs in the air, which I'm not going to demonstrate right now. But they get really amazing with it. And we reject the things that are meant to go and build us up. Who taught us that? That sinker side. So when you receive a compliment, you're beautiful, wonderful, all those things that they said, here's what you do, here it goes. Put it back here in the place that circulates goodness and life and everything else. Thank you very much. Look at this. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I put it right there because I want life to go into me. Now, if it's not good, if it's not right, I'll reject it. That's not true. And I'll just slaughter away. That's not true. That's not true. So I have control of what goes into this ship. You understand? Now, Grace, are all those things true? Thank you. Very good. Are you right-handed or left-handed, Grace? Step right up there to that spot. Are you comfortable if I do kind of test your strength like I did with, who we just have up there? Jansen. You're okay with that? You're right-handed, no injuries in the arm? You're okay? Okay. What you're going to do is take that. These are words on a piece of paper. Would you agree that's what people were saying? Right now. I want you to take your left hand, I want you to put it right against your heart. Okay? Put it right into that environment, that place that pumps beautiful life, everything else. I want you to hold out your arm right here. Okay? You're not going to say anything, Grace. Nothing. You've got positivity in your environment. I'm going to press significantly, and you're going to resist me. Just tell me when you're ready. Here we go. Was I pressing hard? Yes, I was, Jansen. Yes, I was. You're strong, would you agree? You might be stronger than Jansen, but don't tell him, okay? Here's the thing. I'm just going to ask you just to remove that just for the sake of our testing here. We'll put it on eBay. So, you were strong there, right? Now let's take this. Now the moment you've all been waiting for. We are no longer shining her sign. We are no longer describing grace. We are just saying some negative duty words, some things that sometimes creep into our lives that aren't supposed to be there, and we're just going to say them out. You're going to yell them out, but no swearing at me. I'm serious. This table right here, no swearing. Okay? Give me some doo-doo words. Hate, ugly, what else? Creepy? Okay. All right. What else?
Nasty.
Weird, nasty, bad, arrogant, disrespectful. Give me a moment. Disrespectful. What else? Can't. What was that? Vile. Is that the first word you said all night? We've been trying to get you to talk all night. You just said vile? All right, that's okay. Would you agree those are the things that they were saying? Let me just call attention to this. Seriously? Words on a piece of paper. Seriously? Does this have the power to make her strong or weak? Words on a piece of paper. Grace, put that against your heart with your left hand. Grace, you can think about whatever you want. We're going to do the same thing. Hold out there, get in your, like a strong stance there. Just tell me when you're ready. Wow, great. I'm going to use my left pinky just to see what happens. Tell me when you're ready. Gotta get a grip on that pinky. Was that for real? That was for real. You mean to tell me that that environment is that powerful? Look, there was a wise grandmother. She said this. She said, Thomas, you show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Who you hang out with. But what she was also saying is, you show me what you hang out with. You show me what you hang out with. You show me the words you hang out with. You show me what you look at on your phone. You show me the TV shows you watch. You show me the music you listen to. And I will show you your future. Because all of it is creating your environment. All of it. So we can take a wonderful, talented, beautiful person like Grace, toss her into a negative environment, and she succumbs to the environment. Take a big, strong person, toss them in the mud. They too will get dirty. Do you see that? So, I was doing this in, where was it? Johannesburg, South Africa. Big group, just like this. And after I did this, Grace, a lady popped out of her seat in the back. Thomas! I said, whoa, yeah. Yes, ma'am. She said, look, what if you're in a negative environment, but you're thinking positive thoughts? Does that have the power to make her strong? What do you think, Grace? What if we put that back up there and you just think positive thoughts? Will that make you strong? What do you think? Maybe? Fair enough. Who says yes? Who says no? Who didn't vote? Who's not going to raise their hand no matter what I say? Right. Okay, good. I want you to put that back in there. And let's see if you have positive thoughts. But when Jethro was up here and he said, I love you, it was the strongest he was. So I want you in your mind to say, I love you, I love you, I love you. Is that fair? Pull that chart. I want you to say, I love you, I love you, love you in your mind. Okay? Just tell me when you're ready. Yeah, look at that. Was that for real? Totally Holy Week, environment wins. Environment is that powerful. What did we just debunk? People say, oh, just think positively. Just think positively, everything's going to go great. No, the mind is a filter, my friends. We are blessed to think before we speak. Because when we speak, done. That's when the cannon goes off. The crew doesn't obey the minds of the captain. Like imagine the captain coming up to the crew. All right, crew, here's what I want you to do today. All right, go get it. Nobody knows. It doesn't understand that. We are blessed to think before we speak, because it didn't say the Lord created the world by what he thought, by what he spoke. Now, how many of you messed that deal up before? Like you've spoken without thinking about it first? And how many have messed up some things before because you've spoken without thinking about it? We all have. Relationships end this way. Business deals end this way because you didn't think before you speak. Think before you speak. Now, what I want you to do is put that right back in your environment. Hold out your arm. And you are going to say what you were thinking. Which was? I like it. Yell it out loud so they can hear you in the back. And keep saying it. Ready? Again. Come on. Come on. I love you too, Chris. All right. Was that for real? Strong or weak? Hear me. The word wins. You can get yourself out of any stinky environment by speaking up to the bully. When you speak up to the bully goes away. And sometimes the bully is just these nasty words. You're not good enough. You can't do it. Right? No, get rid of it. Possible. Speak up, no, I am good enough. And it has to go away. And as you just saw that would happen. In the best-selling book of all time, what happens is there's some negativity, some things like that. What happens is the Savior comes to Peter and he says, get thee hence, get thee behind me, Satan. You can speak up just like that. Because it's that dark side that's trying to have you think these things, isn't it? No, get away. Stand up to it. When you speak up to the bully becomes a coward. Right? So you always can control everything by speaking up to it. Grace, you've been amazing. I'm going to give you another book. You can address it to whoever you want because you already have one. Right? Or did I write in your book before? This one's going to you then. Don't you think Grace deserves a book?
Yeah.
Grace, G-R-A-C-E. What's your favorite pizza? Chicken, bacon, ranch. We'll do it, okay? Grace, you are a gem. Is that true? Very good. All right, Kevin. Give her a big hand. All right, I can stop right there. I have a couple more things. What do you guys want to do? You go, okay, you're going to have a culture. If you're going to have a culture by design or you have a culture by default. Either way, you're going to have a culture. And I wonder, again, I think the fastest way to change your culture is speak it into existence. You will have a culture by design or a culture by default. And oftentimes people give up their culture just to the wind, just to what's going on, just what people bring to the table. No, we control our culture by what we say, by we have a set of core values and these sorts of things, who we are. You design the culture. It's often said, if you don't plan your days, somebody else will. If you don't plan your life, somebody else will. And the power of it is you can control that by what you say. So, look, the epitome, the final thought here, look, is everything I've said today is right there. If you're going to take a picture of a slide, take a picture of that one. I talked to the guy who said that. He said you can take a picture. Once you realize how powerful our words are, you will only say positive ones. And we've just talked about it for a short time tonight, just a little bit. You see, in my book, I talked about 2 chapters tonight. There's 13 chapters. There's a lot more to go. And we just talked about 2, but tonight I call this a foundational talk. A foundational piece. Now that you have that foundation to recognize, we talk about that. Once you realize how powerful our words are, you only say positive ones. Well, the thing is this. I used to say, negative words and phrases, not realizing they were negative, thinking they were positive. I used to say that phrase right there. In my world, nothing ever goes wrong. I used to say that. In my world, nothing ever goes wrong. And if I had Jethro, if I had Grace up here, anybody like that, guess what? There's 2 words in that phrase. Now, if you said those, I would drop you with my pinky. What are those 2 words?
Nothing and wrong.
Nothing and wrong. Isn't that interesting? I was trying to say something positive, but the crew was confused because there was negativity embedded into it. So this is where the flip, this is where the consciousness has to happen. How can I say that right? In my world, everything goes right. Stop forgetting and start remembering. Honey, don't forget the keys. No. Honey, remember the keys. Right? And honey is boy or girl, just so you know. Right? I'm terrible at remembering names. I'm awesome at remembering names. See the difference? That was crazy. That was phenomenal. That was unbelievable. Well, that was absolutely fantastic. Powerful. What about this? Life is hard. Relationships are hard. Business is hard. Raising children is hard. Changing our language is hard. Hard is a sink your ship that fast word. Super fast. You change it to this right here, and you'll sail towards the promised land. Life is worth the effort. Relationships are worth the effort. Business is worth the effort. Raising children is worth the effort. Changing our language is absolutely what? Worth the effort. You know things are no longer hard or difficult in your life. They're not. Right? They are worth the effort. Is it going to require some effort? Sure. But is it worth it?
Yep.
Yes. I said, oh, raising teenagers is so hard. No. It's worth the effort. They're worth it. They'll feel it if you tell them it's hard. You're hard to raise. Oh, thanks, Mom. Okay. No, you're worth it. And you're worth it. So just these little things, you start to switch and you watch how, wow, I was sinking before, but now I'm sailing. So we just had a little bit of time today, but here's what I know I need to do. I need to stick with you. I need to stick with you. And the way that I've done it is I've written a thing called weekly, they're free weekly inspirational language tips. They're free to you, but the return on them is tremendous. They're on my website, Save to Achieve, and I wrote 101 of these things. 101. So after 2 years worth, you will go back to the beginning, but you get one every week for 2 years, and you'll start being just ready for a refresh. But they're little phrases, little stories, little scenarios where I can help you change your language and change your life. Would that be helpful to you? So you can go to my website, savetoachieve.com, or if you scan that right now, you'll sign up within 60 seconds. So you have to have a phone that's capable of doing that, the smartphone function. So you can click on that and it'll take you right to the sign up page. You put in your first name, your last name, phone number, and they have to have an email. And that's how I send them out. I send them by an email. So that's the requirement. But scan that code. And if you're not able to scan the code, just go to my website, savetoachieve.com or ThomasBlackwellSpeak.com. Or just search Thomas Blackwell in any search engine, it'll be the #1 thing. Is somebody getting to the sign-in page? You're seeing that? Somebody? Yeah? So okay. Go ahead and continue to do that. But get on these weekly tips. That way I can stick and look, you're getting an email from me once a week and you can respond to those. And I would love to hear my team send those to me. I would love to hear about your progression. You could ask me questions, things like that. So to wrap it, look, your personal value is crucial. If you want things to get better in your life, how many of you want things to get better in your life? Anybody? Who woke up this morning and said, I hope things get worse? Anybody do that? Nobody did. If you want things to get better, the key is this, that you have to get better. You do. Well, I want my bank account to be worth more. Then you have to be worth more. Do you hear me? You have to be worth more. What about the key to achieving? It's right here, the key to achieving. You know, if you want your company to improve, then your people must improve. I've said this over and over and over again, but are you getting it? Are you taking action on it? Yeah, I see it, Thomas. When people make that what you say, they'll always believe what you do. It's the action takers that get somewhere. So, what's your capacity? How many of you want a championship year this year? How many of you want a big, powerful championship? Everybody. Well, is your capacity, can it hold a championship here? One of the most powerful ways to do that is through reading. That's right, reading. See, the brain is a direct correlation to how much you read and how much you lead. High earners, high learners. High earners, high learners. Leaders are readers. I have a friend who owns a reading academy, and he takes a brain scan of his students, a functional MRI. So the scan you're going to see on the left is a student that came in that was not reading. Blue represents brain activity. So there's not a lot of brain activity. After 8 weeks of just reading 15 minutes a day, simple, a good book, 15 minutes a day, they took another brain scan of the same student, looked at all the brain activity just because they started reading. There's parts of your brain that are dormant because you're not influenced. Right? So what's your reading habit? What's your team's reading habit? And is it easy to read these days? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
People say, well, I don't like to read. One, change your language, because you're Crusade, I captain that. But here's the deal. I will read it to you. Like Audible, my books are on Audible, iTunes, so many. My phone, I have over 50 books just on ebooks. On that little device. It's never been so easy to read these days. No excuses. And by the way, when you lose your excuses, you'll find your results. Oh, you heard it. When you lose your excuses, you will actually find your results. Depends on what you're looking for. People are looking for an excuse, and that's what they found. When you lose those, you'll find the results. Super easy. Now, so your personal environment. If you want your environment to get better, we just talked about environment, then you must invest in your environment. Who wants their environment to improve? Anybody? In all aspects, everybody. Well, here's the deal. Let me take a survey here. Let me just ask you, straight up. How many of you sat, be honest, and by the way, I only deal with honest people. You see how I said that? I only deal with honest people. How many of you sat here tonight? And it's already been a while. I guess it's almost been 2.5 hours. Can you believe that? How many of you sat here tonight and actually thought of people in your environment, your life, your business, your company, whatever that might mean, family members, that you thought of them because you wish they were in this room tonight hearing these same things? Who did this tonight? Like you actually thought of people like, oh my goodness, so-and-so, if they just heard this. That was my reward. That was it. What you just told me is this is worthy to keep going. This is worthy to more people. Well, guess what? You know those people, not me. This whole event, this whole thing happened right here is because I spoke in a little place called Mena, Arkansas. And somebody bought some books and gave them to somebody. Who gave them to somebody? Who gave them to somebody? To a couple people who were here tonight, and then another person who was here tonight. Then a person came and listened to that. And because they took action, I am here on this stage tonight. Can we give a round of applause for the person in Mena, Arkansas who bought some books? That's like 3 or 4 or 5 deep. What I'm saying is they took courage. And so because they took courage, I just spoke to your environment. Everything I've said tonight is in that book. But I talked about just a couple chapters. There's 11 more. These other things. I will come and speak to your environment. Get my card. This is what I do for a living. Somebody took courage. Burl, right, Leonard took courage and brought me here. Get my card. I will come and do that for you too. So this can keep going. Right? But the book, your investment. Many of you have it because somebody invested in you. Now it's time for you to invest in your environment. This is one of the greatest things let's say I just served somebody that was in my industry. Just did a roofing thing, whatever, for them. How powerful would it be? So you know what? We appreciate doing business with you. This book helped me so much. We want to give it to you. You will change their environment. They will be grateful to you forever. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because yes, you might have done something great for their roof. But if you really want to help them change and things like that, guess what? They'll always associate you with that. Do you see that? I had a mortgage company down in South Carolina They took their entire marketing budget for 2023 and invested in my book. Every person that closed a loan got a book. Yes, they signed some papers, got a home, whatever, great. But they said, you know, if you want to have a great environment in that home, change your language. And they gave me that book. Do you understand? That's what I'm telling you, to think at that level. And I'm here because people have thought at that level. And so it's the smallest investment I think you can make for a huge return. And when I signed 12 boxes of books today. My signature's on all, there's bookmarks in there. You can pay any way you want, cash, check, any major credit card, library card. Maybe that won't work. But however you want to pay, we can take all those things. And we're here to help you that night. But here's what I want you to do is think deeper, think bigger. Get one for yourself, sure. But you know what? Get 5. Because you read it, and those of you who have read it, you've already thought of people, those people you're thinking of raising their hand, you're going to get a book from them too. Simple little investment. But here's the bigger plan. You can get a case. And a lot of people buy it by the case. There's 36 in a case. I've signed all of them, and as we exhaust this one, we'll ship them to you. There's a partial case, 24. You get in between. I was speaking in Scottsdale, the guy bought like 10 cases because he had a huge insurance team. Whatever that means. It'll be the best investment you can make, and they will fly off your shelf. And these people are calling me back and saying, hey man, I need a case because you're a giver. You're an environment changer. That's what's happening. So I will let you do whatever is on your heart. Right? And I do want to say I am so grateful for this opportunity to be here. Even if it's just one of you, that I learned one thing, it was worth everything. Because I know if that person has changed, their whole world has changed. Does that make sense? And if you'll just change one little thing day by day, your whole world will start to change. So again, thank you to you. And God bless you as you go change your language and change your life. I'll be over there in the corner to see you. Girl?
Many of you in the room already know that we are a group, we're an organization that loves giving back. For those of you who don't know, every year when we host this conference, we pick out